Hello.
Hi. That was...
Welcome to the book Coven.
Hola.
Hola. So that there's Lillian.
That there's Chelsea.
And today on the book Coven, episode number something.
18.
Is it 18?
I think.
17?
Or 17.
One of those numbers. You'll know. You'll
Yeah.
see. We're going to go over, we're continuing the true crime trend for April. And we're going to go through I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara.
Yes.
So let's give you a little summary here. I'll Be Gone in the Dark, the masterpiece McNamara was writing at the time of her sudden death, offers an atmospheric snapshot of a moment in American history and a chilling account of a criminal mastermind and the wreckage he left behind. It is also a portrait of a woman's obsession and her unflagging pursuit of the truth, framed by an introduction from Gillian Flynn and an afterword by McNamara's husband Patton Oswalt. The book was completed by Michelle's lead researcher and a close colleague. Utterly original and compelling, it is destined to become a true crime classic and may at last unmask the Golden State Killer. Bum, bum, bum. So I loved this book.
It was really good.
I really liked reading it. I enjoyed every
Mimic?
every
Okay.
minute of it. Every damn minute. But it was hard picking a drink for this. I think I got it. Golden State Killer.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be drinking glitter bombs.
Woo!
Which is like a Jaeger bomb, but with Goldschlager.
Yep.
Little gold flecks. So let's
Oh, God.
let's try this out.
Oh, no.
Bomb it. Woo!
Okay. That's barely. There we go.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. That's really good.
Woo! That's got sweetness.
That is really good. And I used
Jiminy Cricket.
plastic shot glasses, so they're floating to the top.
Mine's not.
Oh, that's nice.
That tastes like gum. Like bubble gum. Mm-hmm. There it goes.
Wow.
She's floating.
Oh, hello. And I made banana muffins
Oh, yeah.
and regular chocolate chip
Oh,
muffins.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I love
Fucking
bananas.
love
Look at them.
muffins. I love muffins.
Yeah, it's really hard to pair food and beverages with
Murder. Yeah.
Such horrible
Horrible
murder.
things. This book scared me while I was reading it.
I
I was freaking the fuck out.
Yep, triggered every day. He goes by the creek all the time. I
Yep.
live by a creek.
Yep.
I kept checking all the doors.
I know.
Oh my God. Sometimes
I was reading
my
it in
dad,
bed too, and I'm just like,
No.
is that a sound?
Every now and again, my dad will forget to lock the door at night, and I'll come home and it'll be open.
Wow.
This is how you get murdered.
Yeah. You gotta hammer that into him.
Don't worry, I'm on it, man.
Good.
I check that
Excellent.
shit all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I loved this book. The foreword by Gillian Flynn, I thought was written very well. I liked it. It was,
Although it's kind of weird that she said some stuff that it was just repeated in the first chapter.
yeah,
Which is a
a little weird that she chose to write that in there, but
Yeah.
it ended up being like a good forward to what you can expect from the novel. I guess.
yeah.
So, I mean, it did its job. I want to just blast through the murders here, just in case you don't know who the
golly.
Golden State Killer is,
Get
and
ready.
maybe you don't want to read the book because you're scared or something. We're gonna, put you at ease at the end of this. Definitely not at the beginning.
Oh, no.
So Irvine, 1981. Manuela killed while husband David was in the hospital. He used a screwdriver to break in. His shoe prints revealed that he had been in their backyard months prior to the attack. And the attack was so violent that her brother-in-law, Drew, found pieces of her skull under the bed.
Yeah, that's rough.
So I think that's pretty cool that they could tell how long he had been in the backyard for, and standing under the windowsill, the shoe impressions were so deep that he must have just been standing still.
Yep.
It's fucking freaky.
Sure.
These are some good details she's writing about.
I
Like, she
know.
had every detail in this
Everything.
book. Dana Point, 1980. Victims Patty and Keith. He killed Keith, then raped and killed Patty. Nothing was left at the crime scene. Irvine, 1986. This attack was not thought to be the ear until DNA connected it to Patty and Manuela's murders. This was a young girl home alone while her parents were on vacation. Her face was bludgeoned and covered, and it was the realtor who found her body. Ventura, 1980. Victims Lehman and Charlene Smith found dead by their 12-year-old son. In 1998, DNA linked their murders to the others. A minister tried to say he knew who the killer was, but it turned out he was looking for attention. That was fucking weird.
Yep.
Galetta, 1979. His victims escaped their bindings and began screaming. Their FBI neighbor heard the screams and began chasing the killer, but he didn't catch him. Peter and Marlene were found shot dead in their condo, bound with twine.
I wish I had an FBI agent neighbor.
Right?
Every day. Excuse me, sir.
I think there's someone in my house. Ma'am, it was your cat.
Oh, sorry.
No. That'd be beautiful. Galetta, 1981. Victims Sherry and Greg. This time the killer took the twine with him, so he's showing that he's learning.
Yeah, smart.
Which is fucking stop learning. Just fuck off and die.
He's a weird one because I'll talk about it later.
There appeared to be more of a struggle with this one. He shot Greg through the cheek, then beat him over the head 24 times with an unknown object. Rancho Cordova, Sacramento, 1976 to 1979. The East Area rapist keeps striking here. He gets his victims' schedules by calling them throughout the day to find out when they're home. I think it's pretty cool the way he cases, interesting.
Yeah.
The way he cases a home prior to his attacks. It's very meticulous.
Yep.
And especially for someone who's just a rapist at first, you think about rape being a little bit more spur of the moment, but
they said that in the book,
it seems it kind of sees obvious that he turned to murder after because it's like pushing the envelope, which is fucked up. But he always wears a ski mask. Oh, yeah, here. Michelle says, the typical rapist does not have such elaborate schemes.
Typical rapist.
Typical rapist. He also cases the neighbors, checking out what time they take the trash out or leave for work. And then he steals from the neighbors leading up to the attack and sometimes puts those stolen items in someone else's home. So he's just trying to say, hey, I was here.
I was here.
Yeah, and look, I can fuck with all of you because now you have his deck of cards, you have his fucking cufflinks. And it seemed like he was reading the press on him because after it was published that he only attacks once the husband leaves the house, he started attacking couples, and that became his new MO.
Yeah.
So, good job, guys. It seemed like he was accepting the challenge.
Yeah.
And then that's when he kind of started with the dishes trick. And he'd pile the dishes on people. That was the one thing about this murderer that I remembered from hearing about in the news and stuff.
If I hear the dishes move, I'll kill your wife.
So obviously, you're not going to move. You don't want her to die. Awful. Michelle dove really well into the fear that everyone started getting. Couples began sleeping in shifts, and that really shows how many attacks there were because people don't tend to get this fear. If one person dies, maybe you'll be scared for a couple of days or something, and you'll just lock your door. You make sure you've locked everything. But now couples are sleeping in shifts, which is that's terrifying. They've made makeshift alarms and noisemakers put on all their windows and doors.
Reinforced everything.
Yeah.
Because, those were the murders. He killed, 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But he raped 50 women.
So, obviously, you don't want that happening, whether there's murder or not. This guy is getting in and getting out and not getting caught. And,
it worked
and
every
the
time,
men aren't able to do
and all
anything.
that. Yeah, no one.
Yeah. So even the police department borrowed army equipment and installed floodlights throughout the city to try and make it so you had nowhere to hide. That would look scary too if you're just a civilian. You're wow, it's this serious?
Bye.
Holy shit.
You drive by never mind.
No, bye. I'd move.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
Until they caught him.
I need to leave from work.
Although it's the reason why he didn't get caught is terrifying because he's fucking. We'll go into the actual guy that they caught, but
yeah. So don't worry. I mean, there was a man caught.
Yeah. Like
fucking 40 years later,
Yeah.
whatever.
last year.
Yeah. But he was thought to be the ransacker as well. So this was someone.
Night Stalker too.
And
So
the
many
original Night
nicknames.
Stalker, yep. So the ransacker was someone who stole only like family valuables, like their rings, like engraved rings and family photos and weird fucking shit like that. And he'd leave all the other valuables like money and expensive jewelry.
That's how you know you got a loon in your hands.
Right? I'm just doing this for fun. And he did kill a man while trying to abduct his daughter, one that he was peeping on days prior.
Yeah.
So their similarities, Michelle went into really well, I think. They stole trinkets and left valuables. The makeshift alarms created while in both houses. They both did that. They had a similar approach to their attacks, and they're both about 5'9". But the differences were their descriptions, like one was supposed to be a little heavier with like a baby face, and the other wasn't.
One
was
had
more athletic.
One had a small penis.
Yeah, the other they didn't know, I guess.
I love that.
And different shoe size, imprints, and weight. So like the FBI thought that they were the same person, but Paul Holes didn't. I think in the end they still went with the fact that they were the same person.
Yeah.
Like I think
probably.
I think that's how it ended up. She didn't get into that in her book because she didn't get that far.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. By the time they're investigating in the 2000s, people think that he's been inactive so long that he must be dead. Sexual predators don't stop unless they're forced to, is what all the investigators were saying, which completely makes sense. But I mean, he could have been forced to it because of marriage or something, you know, like he got a life.
He did get a life.
And he did, exactly. Some of the victims claim they heard two people talking or that he was talking to someone, but I mean, it was more than likely that he was just talking to himself, trying to make it seem like there were two people.
Yeah, because he made himself sound like he was an idiot, like a mentally deranged person, but he was really, really fucking smart.
Yeah, and I think he was just probably trying to mislead everyone.
Yeah, and then you just run outside like he.
Yeah, exactly. Ha! These fuckers think I'm nuts.
I mean, you are, sir.
You're still nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or the other, you're fucking
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just a different kind. Fuck this guy. Yeah, and he'd make connections to the victims, like he'd find a picture of the girl from her prom, and he's like, "Oh, I saw you at prom."
Yeah.
To try and like lead the cops into like, "Oh, let's check out her schoolmates or something."
Yeah.
But I don't think they fell for that.
No. Yeah, she said in the book that they may have just like briefly looked into it.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, and I don't blame them for not falling for that. That's a ruse. It's a ruse if I ever heard one. Paul Holes, who's amazing.
Yep.
He dug up evidence found near one of the scenes, hand-drawn maps, some rope, and the words Melanie and punishment written on the back of the map. Holes suspected that he might have his own plane, as dogs traced his trail heading back to a nearby airport. Yeah. So that's kind of neat. That shows that he isn't just some poor asshole.
Yeah, he's got a fucking
He's
plane
got
now,
money.
too. Jesus Christ.
That's
infuriating.
Right?
It'd be one thing if it was some like poor,
but it's some privilege.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry, you're having a hard life.
Yeah, you just hop on your plane and fly away. Fucking dick. Holes also narrowed in on where he thinks the serial rapist may have worked during the attacks based on nearby construction sites. Now, Michelle interviewing Holes about like all of that situation, I thought was super cool because the way he was driving her around, like it was really cool how they were working together. And he's driving her around and he's like, so this stuff wasn't here, and he explains what was there, even though he wasn't around investigating at that time.
She got so many of them to talk.
She did.
Yeah,
she got fucking everyone to talk. Yeah. She's good.
Smooth as silk, this
fucking
one.
Smooth. Yeah. And that's really cool that he's like, maybe he was
tour.
working at this construction site. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a murder tour, and she's just writing it all down.
Do you think the residents look out the window like, oh, here we go again?
It's Holes. Yeah. It's just Paul. He's fucking out there. The new person. They use geographic profiling, which is cool, to triangulate on the possible locations.
I loved they go into a lot of detail about the DNA evidence and how it works and how it started. Oh,
Yeah, so cool. So if you're interested in that, definitely check this book out because you didn't, I mean, with the Monster Florence, obviously we didn't get much into that because they didn't have anything.
nothing. Yeah, this was going on like when it just got introduced.
Yeah, like a couple years later,
Yeah.
DNA. And luckily they actually kept rape kits and stuff, which, I mean, sometimes they don't. If the statute of limitations runs out, they usually throw them away or...
Yeah, not to throw Italy under the bus, but these guys taped off the crime scenes.
They did a better
evidence.
job.
Yeah,
That's for
still
sure.
took a while, but they gave it their all. Not once did someone bring up a satanic cult.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It must be a cult. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't.
I know.
Thinking that like maybe it's more than one I guess the shoe print though, it was always that one guy. It was always the same description, really.
Yeah. It's not the same small penis over and over.
Over
again.
and over, yeah.
I love how that was always in the news. And one guy got eliminated as a suspect because some woman said he had a big penis.
Yeah. Well, that's all they needed. You
so
can't
funny.
fake having a bigger one or a smaller one, right?
Yeah.
So like...
I'm glad they put that all over the press.
Yeah, me too. And now we know like who you
got
are.
a
And
small
you get
willy.
a small willy. Fuck you. I thought it was kind of hard reading about all the suspects, though, because I knew there was no solution at the end of the book, because that's how they kind of talk about it as well.
Yeah.
So it was hard to listen to all these suspects who sound like, man, he's right on the nose.
Yeah, but then nope.
And then no, there's one thing that makes it so that they're not actually guilty.
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
God damn
Sucks. It sucks. And I get her struggle, though, because she said everyone was even talking about her at the end of the book. And they're like, man, Michelle didn't lose hope.
I know.
Like,
she's a mammy. She's a mom.
Yep.
I think her daughter was like 6. Mm-hmm. She's taking care of that and she has a husband.
Yep.
Helping him and supporting him, and then going in her room, her little murder room, like, okay, guys,
Yes.
let's do this.
She was so bomb. But yeah, that was all the stuff about the East Area Rapist Golden Killer.
Yeah. Basically, what a dick.
What a dick. What a dick.
Yep.
But Michelle, we love her. So it was, she got her inspiration for her interest in true crime based back when one of her neighbors, Kathleen Lombardo, was murdered in 1974.
That'll do it.
So that's a pretty good origin story for her whole life.
Jesus.
And she's the one who coined the name Golden State Killer.
Yeah.
And she brought more light to the public about the case because it seemed like not too many people really
woke it up again.
Yeah, like people were working on it. They didn't stop or anything, but it was the public who kind of forgot about it, which makes sense. It was so long ago.
There's also a lot of other
there's
murder
exactly
all the time.
All new murders all the time.
Yep.
Can't blame anyone.
Nope.
But I thought it was neat that she scoured message boards about the East Area Rapist, and she joined discussions with fellow sleuths. Like, she's helping other people and like they're giving her information. There's a guy who wrote like a 2,000-page dossier or something.
Yeah, Jesus.
Or no, 100 and something page, but it had 2,000 names of possible suspects. Bananas.
I love these people so much.
I love that that's how that's their pastime because it's helpful, of course.
Solving a murder.
The cops talk to them too, which I think is really cool. Like,
I wonder if the guy that they actually caught was anywhere in her radar.
Yeah, I don't know.
She didn't say in the book, but maybe she had something.
Yeah.
On him.
Well, he was on Paul Holz's radar, right? Remember Paul Holz said that he was going to go inside and introduce himself like the day before he retired, and then he decided not to.
Yeah.
Which it ended up being a good thing that he didn't, because this guy could have ended up running away or killed himself or something.
Right when they wanted him.
Exactly.
His whole arrest was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He had a pot roast in the oven, and that's excuse me, I have a roast.
I have a
in the
roast.
oven. And they're like, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it.
But I have a roast.
Get in the fucking car.
My roast.
It's so weird. I know serial killers, they are just people, but one of them making a roast.
Making a
is
roast.
so funny to me.
They bake. It's like one of those in the magazines, stars just like us, right? Murderers just like us.
Make a pot roast.
Sometimes. One thing I did like that Michelle justified in the book, it was written very well, where because everyone every one of the possible witnesses always said, like, yeah, I saw someone that looked creepy or sketchy nearby the house. And, you know, as you're reading it, you're kind of thinking, like, why aren't any of these people calling the police?
Yeah.
But then that moment happened where her neighbor got robbed, and she didn't call the police either.
I mean, it's hard to...
And it's... Well, she used that experience to open light on, like, your mind doesn't go to murder right away. You just think, like, that was weird. You don't automatically think it's murder or it's thieves or something, because that's not what we're like. So it makes sense that none of these people called the cops. So they shouldn't feel bad about it. I'm glad she put that
also,
in the book.
I'm like one of those people who are like, yeah, but I don't want to bother anyone.
I know, because then you're like, fuck, if I'm wrong, I feel like an idiot. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh my God, Lillian.
You'll feel like an idiot, right? So that's good that she put that in there.
I saw a guy crouched in a bush looking at someone's house when I was walking home. But I didn't want to get stabbed, so I booked it because I was like 16. Don't kill me.
See, now that we have camera phones, I feel like anytime I see anything weird, I like take out my phone and click, and then just in case that person gets murdered later, you're like, well, I think I saw the guy. I just didn't call the cops because
it's also
these reasons.
If you're extremely jumpy, it's hard to pinpoint like what is actual danger and what's just your brain going like gunshot,
especially because we listen to true crime and shit all the time. Yeah, totally makes sense. I always think that. I hear a noise in the house and I'm like, someone's trying to get in through a window.
Which was my life reading this book. I could only read it in the morning.
I kept reading it before bed, and then I'm like in bed, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get murdered.
Because they got woken up in the middle of the night.
I know.
The fucking pantless man.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like scared from like, maybe I watch some fucked up horror movie, but at the end of the day, I know like, yeah, this shit's not real, but this is real.
Yep.
This guy got away with so much shit. I don't think that would happen now because we have so much.
Oh yeah, we're on the
technology
DNA shit now. Yeah.
And so many houses have like Nest cameras outside, so they just open up their camera files and they're like, yeah, this guy ran by.
Got you on
Got
camera.
you. You on candid camera. Yeah.
Yeah, serial killers really got to up their game now.
I know.
I mean, don't
up
could
your
just
game.
stop.
You could stop.
Yeah.
Get yourself
Get
some
a
help.
hobby.
Get a pet.
I've always wanted to start making like I saw you can buy little miniatures on like Amazon and assemble them. Yeah. That's fun.
I think
you could try
with that. Yeah.
Or like boxing.
Build model airplanes.
Yeah. And not fly them to your rape victims.
Yes. Don't try boxing. They'll use that in their murder.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Just, get your aggression out, without murder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Maybe jujitsu or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good
for all our killer listeners.
Yeah, if you're listening and you like to murder,
don't do it.
Stop listening to us.
This really tastes like gum. It blows my mind. Does Red Bull always taste like gum?
I have no idea.
Never had one.
It's good though.
It's weird. I'm not crazy about it.
No. Yeah, it's good. Good enough.
Yeah, that's the
spirit. Sugar-free Red Bull, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're healthy.
Well, I looked at the regular can. It's like 51 grams of sugar. Like, are you fucked?
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Jesus, that's what we need before Pathfinder.
Right? Well, this is already a lot of caffeine, so good luck to us.
Oh, no.
That'll be good.
Keep us up.
Day ahead of us. So the ending of this book, I did really like the ending, which I didn't think I would because I knew they didn't catch the murder in the book.
Although it's kind of fun reading, like, now we know they caught him.
Yes, that's true.
Don't you guys worry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't lose hope. But I liked Haynes and Jensen's ending. They're, like, ending before Michelle's and Patton's ending.
Yeah.
Like, what they wrote. I thought they did a very good job, like, concluding everything.
Started there,
yeah, they did a good job. Even though they didn't catch him, it felt conclusive, which was nice. And everyone giving their 2 cents about their hope for the future and, like, talking about Michelle's tenacity and enthusiasm for the project, and they said she craved justice. It was so beautiful,
so cute, and her like letter to him at the
letter
end.
to an old man.
Chills.
Oh my God,
Chills.
Yeah, and I think that's like exactly how it was when he got caught, right?
Yeah.
One day they'll knock on your door, and so good,
nailed it.
And the afterward from.
Oh, it took me like 2 tries to read that shit. Get
so
right out of here.
That was beautiful.
Don't even start. I wish she was around to like witness his capture, because like she would have written some bomb essay.
Yes, yeah. Ugh. And then she would have written like an attachment onto this book, probably.
Yeah.
I think Jensen and Haynes did write something else adding to this book. So like newer publications of this book, there is like an afterward saying like, here's what happened and the guy was caught.
Ignore that.
Yeah, we got him. But Michelle, she started out as a freelance blogger. And she started her true crime blog, True Crime Diary. She died April 21st, 2016 at the age of 46 of accidental drug overdose in her sleep.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. She had like Xanax and like some other things in there. And they just...
Yeah.
I think it was that along with like a heart condition or something that she had. So
well, stressed.
Yeah.
Lots going on.
I found the killer. No, I didn't. No. I found the killer. No, I didn't. Damn it.
Oh,
she was up for a whirl.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
But I would have loved to read more books by her because this was written so well. I loved every minute of it.
I guess her blog would still be up.
Probably.
Maybe like the other two add to it every now and again. Maybe. I would love to read that.
Yeah.
Because like she's writing about horrible things, but like she's still so positive. Yeah. And it's like a good flow. Yep. And it feels like you're talking to your best friend telling you about murder.
It does. Yeah. That's exactly how it felt reading it. I don't know. I recommend this book to everyone.
It was really good. Yeah. Really good.
I liked it. Number one New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
And how?
Oh man, this fuck. Oh yeah, so the actual guy they caught.
Ooh, Joseph James D'Angelo.
Yeah,
born November 8th, 1945.
Not only was he ex-military, he was also ex-police. He got married and divorced. He had a daughter.
I think he had 2 or 3.
Unbelievable, and he was raping like 16-year-old girls.
What a piece of shit.
I didn't read what they made any statements after his arrest. I should look at that.
I think it was only last week that his trial was held or something. But they also said that it could take like 5 to 10 years to actually sentence him, which they can't even
get him for everything because too much time has passed.
Yeah. Fucking statute of limitations. How can that run out when you have proof? I don't understand. You have DNA and you have eyewitness accounts, yet it can still be like, ooh, it's been too long.
Yeah, never mind.
Like, fuck you. Of course he should be charged for it. That made me so mad.
I know.
So
he's
fucking
72
angry.
Anyway, so like he is going to go to jail, but it's like he's going to die.
It already feels too late. Like I know he's been caught, but it feels like...
Yeah, and he doesn't give a
He's already lived his life.
Yeah.
Which fucking sucks.
Cop and in the military.
Yeah. Oh, and when he got canned from the police force, so it was because he was caught stealing a hammer and dog repellent.
Yeah.
And no one, instead of they were like, oh, we're gonna hold like a, I don't know, some form of trial like within the police force to see whether or not he should be canned, and instead he said, no, it's okay, I quit.
Shouldn't anyone have looked into that? That seems suspicious.
You're stealing a hammer and dog repellent.
Yeah, everywhere they keep saying how he can, like, the dogs don't bother him. Exactly. He does something to get rid of them. He stabbed a dog and shot one. Poppers.
Because he spent so much time in the backyards, he probably brought them food and shit and made them, like...
Oh, no, like in that Netflix movie where he keeps feeding the dog cheeseburgers.
Yeah. That'll kill him. Cheeseburgers? Guys.
It's not bad enough you're raping and killing people. You gotta fucking bring dogs to do it.
I know.
But we got him. They got him. Done.
Glad he's been caught. I don't care how old he is. Fuck him.
Yep. It's good to know that they got him. Finally, 72. Yep. Jesus Christ.
Go Paul Holes.
Yeah, Paul Holes, son of a bitch.
Yeah, him and Billy Jensen have their own podcast now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's, what's it called? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a cold case podcast.
He's the one that was like, the cold case dude, right?
Yeah,
like he just kept cracking those babies open. Yeah.
And then Billy Jensen is a crime journalist.
Yeah, I love those fucking
they've got a podcast together.
You say something about a 20-year-old murder?
I'm on it.
I am.
I'm fucking on it.
Say no more. I got you, fam.
I'll get your man.
Oh, man.
Good for them.
I think there's a picture of him. Let me see what he looks like again.
Was there a picture? Oh, like in the middle?
Yeah, one of them was cute. I mean, that's not relevant, but...
Well, their picture of their podcast, they have a podcast photo of them together. They look so professional.
Oh, that was Shelby.
They look like they're out of an episode of CSI.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah, Paul Holes. On the case.
On the case. Good for him.
Oh, yeah, there's like pictures. You can read the letter that they found that he wrote, and like his maps and shit. Mm-hmm. There was one part where they were talking about how they could use like the map of his area and like tracking his steps to figure out like that lost me a little.
I know.
I was a little too dumb for that section.
She went so in depth though. Yeah. Holy shit.
Like, hang on a minute. What are you saying?
She learned about DNA and the different types of DNA sequencing that each county had.
He's like a non-secretor. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, and they ended up finding him based on familial DNA, which is a new thing from like 23andMe. So like when you're sending your DNA in, it was like his third cousin or some shit who sent their DNA in, and they were like, oh, we have a match.
Oh, man. Can you imagine that guy in court? Like, I'm sorry I was a snitch. I didn't know I was ratting you out.
But you know what? Fuck it. I'm glad I did.
We're my ancestors. Yeah, fuck you.
Brilliant. Beautiful. So glad they used that. That's so cool.
Makes you wonder, man. Is there somewhere in our ancestry, is there a fucking serial killer?
Probably.
I'm afraid of that because I always think, like, in my mind, I think the government would, like, take it to, like, frame me or something.
Oh.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, no, I don't really like the whole shove your DNA into a thing.
Yeah, also, like, it tells you, like, all the, like, if you have things that could kill you, like, you have genes for cancer and Alzheimer's and stuff. And you know what? Just surprise me.
I don't need to know. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to know.
If I die, I die.
I live a healthy life, and that's as best as I can do anyway.
But I'm sure it'll be fine.
You'll be all right. Sometimes this fucker it's better not to know.
Yeah, this fucker made it. He can't be. He was like eating leftovers, turkey, drinking.
He was eating their food. He'd throw crackers around the yard. I think he was throwing food around the yard to try and, he knew they'd bring in tracking dogs, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably trying to distract them or get rid of his scent. He did.
He was probably on some of the cases.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he was a fucking cop in the area.
Yeah. Oh, and some people said they heard police scanner in the background. Now, I know normal people can get police scanners, but did they ever think to check into the police force, you know?
No, they looked into the military because that seemed like their closest bet because it was around all the air bases and stuff. And the way they would say that like only someone with that kind of training would wait that long outside. But yeah, check the cops. That's fucked up. Check the cops too, man.
I know. Oh my god.
I think one of the investigators said like maybe he was in a police field, but they never looked into it. Guys.
Ticks. Tick, 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 tick.
What a month. What a month of crime.
Yep, true crime. If you didn't hear our last one, it was the Monster of Florence.
Jeez,
that was also beautiful. That was a fun time.
I don't know which one I like. This one was a lot more detailed about the case, I guess.
They had more details for sure, though.
But the Monster of Florence, whoo!
That was just a mess. It was hilarious.
That was the funniest thing I've ever read about something so horrible. Jesus, I'll never forget the esoteric object.
Yep.
I want to buy a doorstop.
I know. Praise the doorstop. Put it on your altar.
Yeah. She's just a lot more. Yeah, it's just like a nice gal telling you about murder. Yeah. You know? But like, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it.
Beautiful.
Read them both.
Read them both. Definitely read them both. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any other true crime books that we should read because we'll revisit that topic again for sure.
Oh, so much true crime.
Yeah. It's a good topic, I think.
I really want to read like old true crime. Yeah. Like Jack the Ripper.
Yes.
Like the early series. I really love H.H. Holmes. I mean,
love to hate him.
He's a monster, but like, wow, a whole hotel for murder.
I know.
What a treat that would be to read.
That'd be a good one.
That's a fun, like, you know, he didn't just kill people. No, he made a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to read for sure.
Lots of
hobbies. One very particular hobby.
Try to run through a hotel. Shoot. Nope. In the wall.
No. Oh, fuck. Yeah, see, that's scary.
I know.
That'd be good to read.
See, those are the days you could just do all sorts of shit.
I know.
There's no chance.
I really hope people can't get away with that kind of thing anymore. I don't think so.
It's usually just fucking like shooting
Not with
on
cell
the street
phones and shit.
then, like,
yeah,
they
now
cut-
it's ghetto crimes.
yeah.
Like,
for shame, people. For shame.
shame.
Toronto has the highest gun rate that it's ever had. Gun
this year,
murders.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go.
That's awful.
I'm so scared of downtown Toronto. I never want to go down there.
I know. I don't like. Well, I just don't like going down because people bug me. Like the type of people that you encounter.
Yeah,
you,
there's
like,
not
you get
a
some
single
crazy
time
people.
I've gone down where
You get harassed.
Yeah. There's always like, hey, baby. At least one.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh fuck!
want
Don't
some
kill me!
company?
Don't kill me!
Nope.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me! You start walking faster.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me. Yep, that is downtown.
Yep.
I hate driving down there. I hate walking down
It's the worst. Yep.
No offense to all you Torontonians.
I don't know
if
who
you
you're-
love it, that's great. But, social anxiety runs deep in these two.
Yeah, no, I can't. Every time I go somewhere populated, I'm like, this seems like a good place for someone to like really go off. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Which they do.
They do.
A lot.
It happens.
One near my work. My ex-work, yeah.
Jesus.
The van guy.
Oh, that was near there.
The old library. Yeah.
Fuck. That sucks.
Pull yourselves together, guys.
Yeah.
It's always the ones that are like, ugh, women.
I know.
I'm not getting a date. I'm going to kill them all, I guess. Please.
Please don't. We didn't do anything to
Cry
you.
and masturbate in the corner like the rest of us. Jesus.
Like a good little boy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hire someone, There's people
There's
for that.
people. It's a career path. There are women. They're willing.
Anyways.
Yeah. Next month is a little lighter. We're going to do movie adaptations. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first book's not quite as light.
They're not that light, to be honest. 2 of them are about murder, aren't they?
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So we're going to start with Stephen King, Pet Sematary.
Woohoo.
What a cute cover.
I know.
Katie.
Covered in blood.
We watched the movie, the remake movie.
Yeah, we'll get into the comparison and stuff.
So this is the book description. When Dr. Lewis Creed takes a new job and moves his family to the idyllic and rural town of Ludlow, Maine, this new beginning seems too good to be true. It totally is. Yet despite Ludlow's tranquility, there's an undercurrent of danger that exists here. Those trucks on the road outside the Creeds' beautiful old home travel by just a little too quickly, for one thing, as evidenced by the makeshift pet cemetery out back in the nearby woods. Then there are the warnings to Lewis, both real and from the depths of his nightmares, that he should not venture beyond the borders of this little graveyard. A blood-chilling truth is hidden there, one more terrifying than death itself, and hideously more powerful. An ominous fate befalls anyone who dares tamper with this forbidden place, and Lewis is about to discover for himself.
Yes.
Sometimes dead is better.
I'm excited.
Yeah, the books, his books are always much better.
Yeah, they're so freaking good.
Spooky.
Yeah. So it's an old book, but it's a new movie that came out
classic,
this year. So, I mean...
Should we watch the original movie, too?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We'll compare it to the new movie and the book. Mm-hmm. Compare them all. Just get it all in there.
Yeah, and then we got 2 more book to movie adaptations.
Yep.
Coming at ya.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited for the YA romance one, because that's a curveball for us.
It is a curveball.
I feel like we'll hate it, but
we'll have a lot to talk about, I'm sure.
We'll give it our best shot.
We're doing it for you guys.
Yeah.
Doing it for you. What's your favorite true crime novel, or who's your favorite murderer?
My favorite murderer?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it H.H. Holmes?
He's cool, yes. I really I forget his name. He was nicknamed the Vampire of Sacramento, or I think
yes.
Sacramento somewhere.
So
yeah,
good.
he they did an episode on him in My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
He was horrifying.
Yeah.
He had some mental issues for sure, where he thought he needed blood to survive. So he'd go into people's backyards, and if the door was open, he was like, cool, this means God wants me to kill them.
Yeah.
And he viciously, he murdered a pregnant woman, a girl with her young son, and he'd take their body parts and drain them of blood. And when they went to his apartment, his house was covered in blood, floor to ceiling. And he had body parts everywhere. He's a real character, that one.
I think the guy who lines his entire house with leaves was a treat. I like leaves. He slept on a bed of leaves. They lined all of the walls with leaves. I think some people had said that they saw the house and they thought it was weird, but they also thought it was just because he was poor and couldn't like afford heating.
I don't know. If I was like an Uber driver,
it's not insulation.
Uber Eats rolls in like,
You call the cops like, hey, maybe you should watch this guy.
This feels a little murdery.
Weird.
You got something under these leaves?
My friend? What are you doing? That guy's a treat.
Oh, there's so many.
I know.
Jesus.
Speaking of murder, you excited for Game of Thrones?
Oh my god. Oh my god. The past like 3 weeks.
There's going to be so much death.
So much.
There's going to be like
leave the Starks alone.
I know.
If you do anything, just leave the Starks alone.
I have a feeling they'll kill Daenerys, but I really hope they don't because I fucking love her. She's the
she
best.
feels like the one that'll be the most painful, which means like they'll have to do it because she's the one that wants it the most.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's the one who's also going to do the most good. But even though, spoiler alert, she's not the heir to the throne.
No.
Right?
She fucked her nephew, the heir to the throne.
Yeah.
There's a big theory that going around that like she's going to get pregnant. And
I think so too.
Which I can see, they could win the throne and then like the time goes on and then she dies giving birth. And like that. So it's kind of hopeful, but then like she's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Either way.
I think she'll have a weird dragon wolf baby or whatever.
I really hope some more dragon eggs.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're going to kill all the dragons.
Maybe she'll lay an egg.
Okay.
Just spitballing.
She goes into labor and that comes out and John's just like,
It would take less than 9 months, right?
Yeah. That's what happens when incest occurs, I guess.
Beautiful.
Old dragon eggs.
Old dragon egg.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, so excited. Yay! We've got some Game of Thrones wine. We've got some muffins.
I'm going to cry in your house.
It's okay.
The Battle of Winterfell.
I know.
We really should do a boob tube episode of Game of Thrones.
Once it's done,
I can go on.
Forever, for sure.
Yep. Lots of people have walked away from me because I've just kept going.
Maybe we'll do one on Sabrina too, season 2.
Yes.
Because I watched that. I don't want to give spoilers because that's still kind of new on Netflix, right?
Oh, please. If you're a true fan, you'll just fly through it.
It was really good.
I hate all the spoiler shit, man.
Yeah.
I'll give you like 3 days and then you better fucking watch it.
I know.
We're going to talk about it.
That's fair. That's fair. It took me like a week or 2 to watch it. But
yeah, well, I'm a psychopath. So.
That's okay. It's okay. I've been watching Smallville still, so I'm on that.
Oh, yeah. Lots to binge, lots to read.
Yep. Excite. Woo. But yeah, join us next time for Pet Sematary.
Yay. Murder kitties.
Murder cats.
Oh, the cat in the movie was so cute. I'll give you that tease. What a cute kitty.
What a cute kitty.
Cute kitty.
Go watch it just for the cat.
Yeah. Oh, and they brought him to the red carpet and he had a little bow tie.
They did.
I love cats on red carpets.
That's so cute.
They always just look like, I deserve to be here.
Yes. They know exactly what's going on.
My work made this film,
Yep. Me. I am the star.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. I have to look that up now.
Alrighty. That over there is Chelsea.
And that was Lillian.
Yep.
Like and subscribe on YouTube and all the things. And leave us a review on iTunes. Let us know how we're doing.
Thoughts.
Just in case we suck.
Yeah. I mean, phrase it nicely because I'm sensitive.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough.
A weak heart.
Let us down easy.
I like you guys,
but
don't worry, because I like you guys.
But until next time, toodles.
Yeah, see ya. We'll be gone in the dark.
Honk.